What's up guys, my name is Tom. Welcome back to my channel. Well, I was taking the Rupes machines apart today. I wanted to get the washer out of the Duetto. I'm going to bring it to the hardware store and match it up because I'm going to do a washer mod on the 21 Mark III. But when I took the backing plates off, I found something kind of surprising. And if you love your Rupes machines like I do, there may be something you've overlooked. So stick around and check it out. Alright, so I gotta start this video by, I guess, apologizing to you guys. I had some bad luck this weekend, and the SD card that I shot all my footage on got corrupted, and I literally lost all of my footage. So I was gonna show you some before stuff on this, but we're just gonna have to skip to what it looks like now. So you guys are wondering what the heck I'm talking about. So we have the counterweight and the spindle in here, which is underneath the backing plate. These two things were rusted like you wouldn't believe. They had so much surface rust on it. So what I did is I took those 3 screws off, took the counterweight off the spindle, and then I used steel wool and a scuff pad to actually get all the rust out, as much as I could anyway, and then just use some oil on there. I think what I'm going to wind up having to do now is every month or two, you know, re-oil this thing to keep it from rusting again. So the thing is you have these vents here, and then running the washer mod, you have a gap between the shroud and the backing plate, and I could see it, you know, that rust was easily flaking off. So you're running this thing on a car, and you have rust particles, you know, coming out of these vents, going right onto the paint of the car, and then you're running right over it with the pad. So that's why I wanted to bring this to your guys' attention. So you may want to take your backing plate off. The only thing is, if you're going to take the counterweight off, I noticed from the factory they actually had Loctite on them, so you probably want to Loctite those back on, because I would imagine those coming off in the middle of polishing a car would be bad news. So one of the other pieces I lost was actually making the washer for the washer mod. Kevin Brown's is definitely quite a bit prettier than mine, but this one will do. One thing I noticed is my washer is actually a little bit thicker, so it does make more of a gap between the pad and the shroud, but I don't think that's really much of an issue. So if you guys aren't familiar with what the washer mod is, it's actually a washer that's ground down or cut and fitted to actually go in the backing plate there in that little space. And then what that does, I don't know if you guys will be able to see, but it creates a gap in between the backing plate and the shroud of the machine and allows it to spin. So the original theory behind it is because you're not giving up any energy on the friction between the shroud and the backing plate, it actually transfers more energy to the pad on the surface of the car. You get more rotations, especially when you're running up on a concave when the pad wants to stall. So the biggest reason I wanted to put it on the 21 Mark III is actually for cleaning the pad off, and not so much because I'm worried about getting more correction power. So if you see with the washer mod, using compressed air, it spins that pad up nice, blows all the old compound and spent paint right off. So here's the 21 Mark III without a washer mod, and you can see hitting it with the compressed air, it doesn't even want to spin. So my two options are to just go crazy all around the pad with the blower, or actually be on the trigger of the machine while I'm blowing it, getting it to spin up with the machine. So I'm going to pop the washer I made in this, and then hopefully the thing will spin up nice and easy and clean right off. So again, to take the backing plate off, you just need yourself that 5mm Allen key, and then just spin the bolt right out of there. So there you go. We got the backing plate with the bolt coming through. It's actually easier to get this. Oh no, my washer is gone. So I find the easiest way to get this on the machine and screwed in with the washer staying in place is to actually already have the Allen key in that bolt. Then put the washer into place and then get the machine down on top and get that bolt started. And then once you have the bolt started, it's pretty easy. So then you just hold the pad and get the screw started. And then I put the Allen key this way, hold the pad, and just give it a snug. Alright, so now I got the washer mod in, and now it'll be nice and easy to clean that pad out. Loving it. Thank you, Kevin Brown, Buff Daddy. I'm actually going to put a link in the description for the original video I found from Kevin Brown about making your own washer for your washer mod if you're interested in doing that. And as always, thank you guys for watching.